forest looking for some exciting images of birds. Let's just see what we can get. Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. This is a photography video, so I've not done one for a while, so sorry I've not been around, but we've been doing lots of different things recently. So here we have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. As you can see, it's quite a small and compact camera, and it has a gimbal, and it's been quite useful in my trip to Thailand. If you're not aware of it, I've been to Thailand, I've made lots of videos. Look at the playlist and watch them to your heart content. There's about 18 videos there with more to come. So I wanted to discuss the Osmo Pocket 3 in terms of its usability. The fact that you can just pop it in your pocket and forget about it. It's a small, if not smaller than some phones, and it's really handy and it gives you good quality. I was mainly using HD video. I know you've got the ability to go to 4K, and if the main lacking element of this camera is it's a fixed lens. So obviously it's not like an SLR or a mirrorless camera. You can't swap out the lens, unfortunately. Now you can get little lenses to attach on top of it, such as wide angle lenses. I think this is a 0.75x, which is the DJI one. There's Ulanzi do their own version as well as they did do a 1.5 telephoto lens, but it wasn't the greatest quality. So for a long time people have been wanting the capability of zooming. And you can, in theory, do 2 times lossless zooming through firmware updates. What I found out was when I was trying to film through a window in the aircraft to film obviously outside, to get some aerial shots, is the digital zoom was pretty poor, and I found it very frustrating. So obviously I'm late to the game in terms of doing a long-term review of the Osmo Pocket 3. It's a great camera. Obviously it'll take up to about, I think, 256GB SD card. Obviously got a small screen on the back of it. You can take 9-megapixel pictures as well. Obviously you can go up to 4K. I think it's 120 frames per second at the maximum you can go to for slow motion. But I think the best way of using this setup in terms of zooming, if you want to crop in more, is switch to 4K mode, and then you can crop in 4 times on the video editing side of it, and that will give you 4 times zoom in effect. However, obviously it uses more space on your SD card if you do that, and it's not ideal. So obviously the rage has been the Osmo Pocket 4 release that's recently come out. I'll just give you a rough gist of the specs, which is the Osmo Pocket 4 is a compact 4K gimbal camera featuring a 1-inch CMOS sensor, same as the Pocket 3. 4K has been increased to 240 frames per second for slow motion capabilities. 10-bit D-Log color, it eliminates the need for micro SD because you get a 107GB internal storage. It still accepts a SD card, micro SD card, with a cover as well, so it's a slight addition, and it has a custom button and a zooming button function. So that's the main differences in terms of the upgrade. Personally, I don't think the Osmo Pocket 4 is a good enough upgrade over the Osmo Pocket 3. I honestly don't think so. The only difference in the combo creator package is there's a few things. What I would say is it lacks this. In the combo creator package, I'll show you my combo creator package. It lacks the 60% battery attachment, unfortunately. You can buy that separately for about £60, and it's essentially you get the Osmo Pocket 3 mic. This is the Osmo Pocket 2 mic that I've got in the Osmo Pocket 3 pack, and I also got the Olanzi cover, which is a cover that goes over the gimbal, because obviously gimbals can be quite fragile, and literally it protects it, and that's what I've been using as a carry around, ladies and gentlemen, for my video work in Thailand. I just pop that in my pocket. It protects the gimbal. I have dropped this a few times, ladies and gentlemen, and it's held up and it's protected it. And if you want to resell anything, that's what you want to do. So what's recently been released is the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro. It was featured in Cannes in France, and basically you get a 3x zoom. So this is what I'm on about that I'm excited about the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, where you've got a zooming capability of 3x, and obviously you can enhance that with digital zoom as well. What that means is you can crop in. It's equivalent of a 60 or 70mm lens, and it means filming in wide angle aspect ratio. You can you can switch out, I think it's 14mm if memory serves me right, the standard lens, and then you can switch to the 3x, which gives you the equivalent of about a 70mm lens. What that means is noses are not distorted, and you get good proportions when it comes to portraiture. Obviously the 14mm is great for wide angle, but it can be sometimes distort a little bit. So you can actually zoom in 2x in lossless zooming capability on the standard lens, but then you've got the 3x, and it's really exciting, that is, for me, because what I found frustrating with the standard Osmo Pocket 3 was when I was like a seat away from the window because someone else was sat there, and I wanted to get closer to the window while filming to get some aerial photography in the plane. I would try and zoom in 2x, and I didn't get good results out of HD video. It was quite poor. So that's why I've not included it in some of my Thailand videos, because it was not fantastic. But in terms of usability, the Osmo Pocket 3 is a fantastic vlogging camera. It's so small, you know, it's far smaller than any sort of SLR camera, you know. You can't put an SLR camera in your pocket. It's too big and bulky, and this is pocketable, you know, hence the word Pocket 3. You know, it's something you can put in your pocket. In terms of the battery, obviously it's not fantastic, so obviously you want that 60% battery thing. So without further ado, let me show you what's in the Creator Combo package that you get, so you guys get an idea of what you'll find in the Osmo Pocket 4 Creator Combo package. The only thing is you don't get the battery enhancement, 60% battery, so that's a bit disappointing. They've probably done that to cut costs down in the Osmo Pocket 4. So if you do want that, you can buy that separately for £60. Now you can also get third-party battery packs like this. This one is a Maytech. I don't know if you can see that. That's the Maytech. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? And that is, memory serves me right, 2,800 milliamp battery. I think it's around 1,200 milliamps with the Osmo Pocket standard battery, and I think that's been extended further to 1,500 milliamps on the Osmo Pocket 4. I may be slightly off with the exact figure, but it's roughly that. So the exciting news about the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro is it's probably going to have a slightly bigger battery, but it's got that option of having that additional focal length with an extra lens. It's probably going to be a bit top heavy and a bit battery power hungry, because obviously it's got more electronics in it. But in terms of my long-term review of the Osmo Pocket 3, it's fantastic for just carrying around and filming whatever you want to film. You can charge it up quite quickly through USB charging in your car on the go. And you can buy mounts and various attachments. Ulanzi do various options. I've done a video on that in my channel if you want to have a look at unboxing of the Ulanzi things you can get. Obviously there's a Ulanzi cover for the actual gimbal and camera. They do like a mount for the Ulanzi, all made out of metal, heavy duty, good quality. And essentially there's all sorts of different accessories and gizmos and gadgets you can get for the Osmo Pocket 3 and 4 and 4 Pro. And obviously as those cameras come out, third-party manufacturers like Newer will obviously be coming out with you know, cases and boxes and carry bags for those. I thought I'd just show you this. This is a Ulanzi carrier case. It's a bit bigger than the DJI version, which means it can carry more things. And the main reason for me getting this was so that I had more space to put third-party batteries. I found it. The only thing I found frustrating about the Osmo Pocket 3 was its battery life. So I was constantly relying on the external 60% battery pack. Let me see, what's the milliamp on that? I don't think it's a lot. I think it was about 900 milliamps or thereabouts, which isn't a lot. But it gives you about 60% power, extra power, if you need it at a pinch. Another option is to carry a USB charging bank with you. Obviously you can be limited if you go on an aircraft, because you're not allowed to use a charging bank to charge things up on an aircraft. So obviously having extra batteries comes in handy, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let me just give you a brief look of the Creator Combo package here. It'll give you a rough idea what you'll get in the Osmo Pocket 4 package. Basically it's the same, except with a slightly better mic, and doesn't have the 60% extra battery. And that's the main difference really, the Osmo Pocket 4 Creator Combo. And obviously you'll get a wide angle lens as well in that package. But we're all waiting to have a look at the Osmo Pocket Pro. Now there's lots of what I would call polished videos out there showcasing its capabilities, but nothing from legitimate people like me, you know. So without further ado, let me just show you the Creator Combo package that we've got here. You get an idea of what you would get in the Osmo Pocket 4 Creator Combo. So ladies and gentlemen, obviously I have Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo box here. We have the hard case. The only limitation with that is it doesn't protect the top of your camera, so I don't think it's that usable, if I'm honest with you. Then you have the Osmo Pocket DJI Mic 2, which is obviously Bluetooth, and you'll get about 6 hours of recording from that. We also have a small adapter that allows you to connect it to a tripod mount, which is USB-C obviously. Here we have the 60% battery, which easily attaches to the bottom. If I just get hold of that, put that on there, it clips in place, and as you can see, it makes it a bit bigger. Here you have a magnet for the Osmo Pocket 2 mic. It also has a clip on the back which is in place, doesn't come off, which is good in itself because it stops it from moving. And obviously you've got your cover, your dead cat cover comes off and just slots on the top like so. You've got your case, DJI small case. You've got obviously USB cables. You have the tripod, mini tripod, which you can screw on like so. Makes it quite a lot bigger obviously, so if you've got bigger hands it helps. And obviously here is the Osmo Pocket wide angle lens that you attach on the actual camera, and that's essentially the package. As I said, you can get third-party batteries off Amazon, eBay. Some give you an indication how much power you've got left, others don't. Some are much bigger than this. This is a 2800 milliamp one. I believe you can get 5,000 ones as well, which are much bigger, and they range between £30 and £50. So essentially that's the Creator Combo package that you generally get in the package, in the box. So it's a workhorse of a camera. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of usability, the Osmo Pocket 3 is fantastic. I found it invaluable. It's so small, it's not very obvious what you're carrying around. If people don't know what an Osmo Pocket 3 camera is, they might mistake something in your hand for something else, and be happy to talk to you and not realise it's actually a camera. It's very easy to disguise. I would have thought you could easily put something else, put it in a box or something, and people wouldn't know you were actually filming them. And that has a unique, that's quite unique in terms of being able to film people and get honest opinions, because if they don't realise you're being filmed, you can get some honest discussions going with people. So essentially that's the package. In terms of usability, I just thought it was fantastic for actually popping in my pocket. Something happens, I just pull out, and it literally so easy to get going. So what I would tend to have this set up is quite often carry it like this, and it'd be in my pocket. I'll just pull it out. We've got the case on, the Ulanzi case, a hard case. Literally take off, twist, I'm ready to film. It's that quick. So let's just do that again, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see. And it literally shuts down very quickly, you know. So it's in the case. It's just let's just simulate. I see something going off. Someone's having a fight. I want to film it, right? So it's in my pocket. So let's just do a quick test, right? Out of my pocket, case off, twist the screen, it's on, I'm filming. That's how quick it is. It is really quick. And let's say someone comes along and realises, oh, what's that? What are you doing? So let's just turn it off. Close the screen. Well, hang on a minute. I've just got to turn it off. Sorry. So let's stop filming. Okay. Someone says, "Oi, what are you doing?" So let's shut it down. It's closed down. Put it in a hard case to protect it. Put it in your pocket. Someone wants to fight you. It's in your pocket. It's nice and protected and safe, and your hands are free to do whatever you need to. So I just wanted to give you my honest opinion of it. I found it really useful to use and handy and cool and all that, and I'm looking at upgrading to the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro when it comes out because of the 3x zoom. So if I need to crop in, not using 4K, I can zoom in 3 times, 2 times lossless, so you're basically getting 5 times zoom. And then if you want to use a digital zoom, it's available, but I wouldn't recommend digital zoom. It's never very good. And then if you want an additional 4 times zoom, switch to 4K mode, and then you've got 9 times zoom in effect, because you're going to basically crop in, and you can obviously zoom on the go as well. So we're looking at a price point of the Osmo Pocket 3. You can pick them up for about, with the Creator Combo, it's about $450. Then the Osmo Pocket 4, you're talking around the $500, $550 mark. And I suspect the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro will probably go for around £750-ish for the camera, and I suspect it'd be around $850 or $950 for the Creator Combo. So that's what I'm always think. Pricing will be probably thereabouts. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think this is a good package to have? I'm used to having digital SRs and mirrorless cameras, but they're always bulky and obvious. You know, someone can see you filming from a mile off. And if any of you have watched those videos about security guards coming out of buildings saying, "What are you doing? Why are you filming us?" Even if it's on a public sidewalk, they still try and give you grief. So you just need to be mindful of that going off. But I just wanted to do a quick video to give you my thoughts on the Osmo Pocket 3. It's for the price, it's a fantastic product. And remember, a gimbal is far superior than IBIS, because when you got an SLR or a mirrorless camera, you have IBIS inbuilt to the sensor, so if it moves around a bit, it gives you a bit of image stabilization. It's not as good as lens image stabilization, just remember that. But a gimbal is far superior than any IBIS system. It's probably on the level of 10 times better, because it's physical. Obviously the IBIS is physical to a certain extent, but it's very minor. When I was filming in the car, when the car was going over bumps, obviously Thailand's got some very bumpy roads. You can see some of the footage in my videos. It's quite watchable, you know, and the stabilization is fantastic. I loved it, mate. But thought I'd give you my thoughts on it, really. A gimbal is far superior than any sort of image stabilization. Even in lenses, I would say a gimbal is better. Obviously, it's different. It works differently. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this a bit insightful, this video. It's a bit of a ramble, but hopefully you got the gist of what's in this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. I'll see you later. Bye bye.